Hey, it's Joe Tamargo from OneHeadPumpRepair.com. We're here today to explain to you the difference between a 2-jaw and a 3-jaw bearing puller, and we're also going to show you how to remove a bearing from your pool pump armature. Hey Robert, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Robert's going to be over here. Robert's got the bearing puller set up. So you can see this is a 3-jaw puller. Now in case you're wondering what the difference is, these metal things are called jaws. So you have 1, 2, 3 jaws. That's a 3-jaw puller, and this is a 2-jaw puller. So it's a lot easier to use a 3-jaw puller to remove the bearing than it is a 2-jaw. Because what can happen with a 2-jaw, it can move back and forth like this. And it could wobble on you. So if it was on here, it could go back and forth like this. You bust your knuckles. Not good. Now in some situations, you will need this kind of puller, especially these adjustable ones, but not for a pool pump. So over here, Robert's already got it set up. He's put his 3 jaws behind the bearing here, and he's got it tightened down. So Robert is now going to loosen this bearing off the shaft by just simply turning this drive nut. So what he's going to do is he's going to turn that nut. I'm going to hold this down for him, and Robert's going to spin. Now what you'll see is as Robert spins, the bearing is going to start coming off the shaft. Now if you get a little close up here, if we were like a Hollywood studio, we'd probably have some kind of rolling cameraman with a kind of grip, and it'd be really some HD quality. So if you look here, Robert will keep turning, and you can see that this bearing is slowly coming off the shaft there. Okay? So basically all Robert's doing is just turning this. I'll move my arm this way. See, Robert's just turning. And as Robert turns, this bearing will come off. I'll do it for you a little bit here too to show you. So what we're going to do is just spin this like this. See, as we spin it, this bearing is going to come off a little more and more. Now, I'm going to stop for a second just to show you. If you take a look here, you see in here there's a space now. And you can see here that the bearing is starting to pull from the shaft. So if you've turned a bunch and you don't feel anything pulling, you might have seen some other videos that we have where, you know, we do it too hard to show you that we break the shaft. Actually, we did that video the other day where we actually broke a pool pump shaft live to show you what can happen if you don't use the bearing puller right. So basically, you just tighten this up like this, and as you tighten this like this, the bearing is going to keep coming off. Now you can notice here, see the bearing? There's a space here. Now in a few seconds, a few more turns, probably about 6 more turns, okay, and I didn't prep this, in about 6 more turns, he's probably saying bank, and the bearing's going to come on or off. Okay, so let's count together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so it wasn't 6, 7, 8. All right, a little bit further here. Now, if we had the video editor, we would have edited this out, but we don't. So now you can see this bearing is just going to keep coming off. Oh, now this is one of those bearings that's going to have to come off all the way to the end. So we're just going to keep turning here. Now this is from a spa, this bearing. And I forgot before we did the video, this is one of those bearings like in a spa that we're going to have to pull all the way to the end. So it's actually going to take a long time to get this bearing off. Now if you have a pool pump, you're not going to have to go through this because it's not so long. So I'm going to try to speed this up as fast as I can. Robert's probably like, wow, I can't believe he's doing it so quick on camera. And neither can I. So we're about halfway there. My God, we didn't think about this when we did the shaft. Now it's not usually this hard on most shafts, and you'll see if I can do this bearing. You can do a bearing too. All right, so we're almost there. We're gonna give Robert a chance to crank away in that bearing. Now while Robert's cranking on that back bearing, I'm going to put the puller on this front bearing here, and I'm going to show you how to remove the front bearing as well. So now Robert's going to just keep cranking that away. I'm going to lock my jaws behind this bearing here in the front. How you doing, man? He's almost there for you folks, you can see. Alright, take a break for a second, Robert. Let me tighten my front puller up here. Now obviously when you're at home, you can do this at your own speed. You don't got to try to crank anything down. Now see the front bearing. Okay, I'm just going to tighten this down like this. And as I tighten this bearing's pulling off, okay? So watch, see, as I go like this, it's not so bad. Now the back one was a little scary. I was like, wow, but this is actually a spa motor, so it takes a long time for that back one. So the front one, We just turn it a couple times like this. And in 1 second this bearing, see? This bearing will come right off. Alright, so Robert, go ahead and finish the back bearing. And we'll tell these fine folks how much you're sweating. Alright, so Robert's going to just keep turning this. Now sometimes you do have a longer shaft like this where it will take a while. And Robert will really have to turn this for a while. I mean, tomorrow morning when Robert wakes up, he's going to be like, wow, man, I can't believe you made me take that bearing off in the video. Come on, bro, come on. Now, if this is a spa, like, you know, if you have a pool pump, you'll have an easy time because pool pumps just usually have a little bit of a bearing race like this. Now, if you have a spa and you're thinking about rebuilding a spa, be prepared that sometimes on these GE motors, and if you have a spa, you're going to need some strength. So if you want to use our mail-in pool pump and spa repair service, you can do that, and you can have young man Robert here do this for you. We will take action shots if you request. Alright, so Robert's just about done here. Come on, Robert. These folks at home are anxiously awaiting you to get this bearing off. Alright, I'll give Robert a hand because it looks like his arm's about to fall off. And we'll get the rest of this bearing off just to show you that it can be done. Alright, so we're almost there, folks. We'll tighten this a few more times. Just like this. Now, it does take a while. Like I said, this is a spa, so if you have a spa motor and you're thinking about rebuilding it yourself, you might want to have us do it. Because we use this. Okay, the bearing is about to release right now. You will see the bearing is about to pop off. Okay. So 1 second, you will see this bearing come off the shaft. Okay, it's going to pop over here. So now you can see, this is not, just want to show you real quick, this is not a tapered edge. This is one exact race. See over here you have a little bit where the bearing only push out a little and then it gets thinner so it was easier to come off. This is one giant pull. Okay, so now we're going to get the bearing off. Like so. Alright, we're almost there. A few more seconds. Alright, here we go. The bearing is now just about off here. Robert's like, thank God I didn't have to do it myself. Alright. So there you go. You have 2 bearings off. That's that. So you got 1 bearing off, front back bearing, front bearing. Now remember, this is a spa shaft. Not all pool pumps are like this, but that's how you remove bearings. Okay, in the next video, we're going to show you how to properly put the bearings on without an arbor press. Okay, thanks for watching once again. I hope you've enjoyed the video. And,
well, have a good day.
Oh yeah, thanks for coming, man. Thanks for lending us some labor today. All right, we'll see you next time. And that's Joe Tamargo. Thanks for watching. WetheadPumpRepair.com.